The news at noon starts right now.
And we're starting with an update this noon on a tragic story that we've been following all week long.
That's right. Tonight, a visitation held for one of the victims killed during that deadly drag racing crash on Saturday in Kerrville. So it starts this afternoon 4 and it ends at 9 tonight. The visitation for Santiago Martinez taking place at 2525 Palo Alto Road. Funeral service is set to be held on Thursday at St. Joseph's Church here in San Antonio.
And there's a community candlelight vigil tonight for the drag racing victims. It's going to take place at Flat Rock Park in Kerrville at 6:30 tonight. The address, you can see it on your screen. Everyone is welcome.
Well, taking a look outside through live cam, a scary and loud morning really went out there for morning commuters, but clearly it has changed. Blue skies, not a cloud in this shot, Justin.
Yeah, the skies are beautiful, and the rain was nice this morning. The wind, not so much. We had some very gusty winds, gusting to 47 miles per hour. In fact, in San Antonio this morning as that line of storms came through. And we're not done with the wind yet. Let's first start with the radar. That line of storms already pushing into Louisiana. That's where there are severe thunderstorm warnings and watch boxes and tornado warnings as this line extends east into Louisiana. You can see some of those warnings there. So this is going to continue to produce some severe weather. Here we're left with clear skies, and it really is pretty nice now, although temperatures are going to stay on the cool side today. Here's a look at the latest wind gusts, gusting to 34 here in San Antonio, gusting to 45, that northwesterly wind there in Del Rio. So winds really picking up out west, gusting to 46 in Cotulla. And there are red flag warnings in effect for those western counties for that reason. Not only do we have the gusty winds, but we also have the very low humidity. So there's a high grass fire danger as you get west of San Antonio. Forecast calls for those windy conditions to continue. Notice temperatures only peak at about 75 today. Very fall-like behind this front. It's windy again tomorrow, but the weekend is looking really nice. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. New at noon, police searching for a driver who they say intentionally hit someone with their vehicle following a crash. Police say that it's a Ford Explorer. This is the suspect's vehicle. According to officers back on September 14th, 2 drivers got into this crash. One driver did not want to stop because they say the suspect was being aggressive. Eventually, the victim pulled over at an apartment complex in the 4400 block of Hine Road. That's near I-10 and North W.W. White on the east side. Police say the victim got out of his vehicle, and that's when the suspect sped up and then rammed into him, then drove off. The victim had to be treated for serious injuries. And officers are looking for the people responsible for an attempted carjacking on the city's northwest side. This happened on September 27th in the 11,100 block of Huebner Road, not too far from Interstate 10 and Huebner Road. According to police, 2 men threatened the victim with a weapon and attempted to steal his vehicle. That's when police say the suspects drove away in the vehicle that you see in the picture. If you can help police solve either of these cases, call Crime Stoppers. The number 210-224-STOP.
New details this noon. 1 man dead, another woman seriously hurt after a crash on I-10 near Foster Road. This is all in East San Antonio. As Jonathan Cotto reports, investigators believe it was a shooting inside the vehicle that ultimately led to the wreck and possibly a suicide.
It was a busy morning for San Antonio Police Department, who responded to this crash on I-10 just before Foster Road shortly after 1 a.m. Police say a 25-year-old woman was found with a gunshot wound on the passenger side and 26-year-old Ronnie Alvarez dead behind the wheel. A witness told police the driver of the truck was traveling eastbound on I-10 and was driving erratically before crashing into the sidewall and a light pole. Investigators tell us they found a weapon inside. There was also an exit gunshot hole along with shell casings inside the pickup. The crash causing eastbound lanes to be closed for several hours. Traffic and homicide units were on scene. Reporting Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Metro Health administer COVID-19 booster doses of the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccine beginning today at its COVID-19 vaccine pop-up clinics. The city already providing the Pfizer booster shot. No appointments are needed at the Alamo Dome or Metro Health pop-up sites. On Friday at noon, the assistant director of Metro Health will hold a live town hall meeting on Facebook to answer any and all questions about booster vaccinations. The event will be streamed live on SA, Metro Health, and the AARP Texas Facebook pages.
The FDA now considering whether to authorize the Pfizer vaccine for children ages 5 to 11 after its advisory panel voted to recommend that. The FDA now expected to authorize officially giving the vaccine to children in this age group, and then the medicine will start shipping all across the country. Scientists say approving the vaccine is keeping kids safe. At least 6 million Americans under 18 years old have gotten sick with COVID since the pandemic began.
It's running consistently low. We struggle to get over the 2-day inventory level. Typically, our inventory levels are at 3-day when we consider.
That was not exactly what we wanted to let you know about. The vaccine, when given at a lower dose with children between the ages of 5 to 11, was safe and 90% effective at preventing infection during the COVID Delta wave. Again, the CDC still has to give the final green light. A CDC panel will meet next to discuss it.
Well, blood supplies here in and around San Antonio extremely low. In fact, to help out, there were multiple blood drives going on today, one of which was at Taft High School. South Texas Blood and Tissue Center crediting Taft and Northside ISD for keeping their doors open to help increase the blood supply in our community, celebrating the 6,000th blood donor. As exciting as it may be, there is still a huge problem and a big need. All right, go Spurs, go overtime at AT&T Center, Spurs, Lakers, and a couple records. RJ Marquez joining us live with all the info.
We want to bring you the latest developments on President Biden's infrastructure and social spending packages.
That's right. So today, Senate Democrats unveiling a billionaire's tax that's meant to partially fund this new deal. Now, that plan, along with the 15% minimum corporate tax on billion-dollar companies that they introduced back on Tuesday.
As ABC's Ika Jachi reports, this would target the country's wealthiest Americans and businesses.
This morning, Democrats unveiling a new proposal to fund President Biden's social spending package. They're calling it a billionaire's tax. It would apply to Americans who either earn more than $100 million a year for 3 consecutive years or who hold more than $1 billion in assets. Guidelines the Senate Finance Committee says would apply to roughly 700 Americans. The tax is meant to target high-wealth individuals like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg, who lawmakers say pay little income tax. The tax would also apply to the increased value on their assets, even if they've never cashed out on that earning. Some critics say the plan to tax unrealized assets is not legal. The billionaire's tax comes on the heels of another Senate proposal to create a 15% minimum tax on large companies like Amazon that earn more than $1 billion in profit. That plan would impact about 200 companies and could raise hundreds of billions to pay for President Biden's Build Back Better social spending bill. The reason Democrats have been scrambling for creative ways to pay for the bill is because Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema is opposed to raising tax rates on wealthy individuals and corporations. Sinema is said to support both funding plans. Democrats are racing to get a deal done before President Biden leaves for his overseas trip Thursday. But that seems highly unlikely, as progressive Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal says she and dozens of other House Democrats will vote no on the bipartisan infrastructure package until they can vote on the social spending bill at the same time.
We would have been done with a very different bill a month ago if we only needed 98% of us. But that's not the case. We need 100% of us.
Now, the bill being signed into law before President Biden leaves for his European trip is highly unlikely. Yet, Speaker Pelosi says she's still working to secure the votes. Ika Jachi, ABC News, Washington.
Beautiful day out there, and it's going to stay like this all day, which
You
is...
can kind of see the camera shaking because of the wind, though.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's,
Lots of hairspray needed.
yeah, well, that's going to be the main issue next couple of days, is this wind. It will be gusty. We'll see some gusts around 35, maybe 40 miles per hour. So just a heads up. But the temperatures are certainly nice. The aquifer is down 1/10 of a foot, 665.5. We'll see if that jumps back up a little bit thanks to this morning's rainfall. And looking at the pollen count, because of the rain, molds did jump up some, 1,530. They're in the high category. Ragweed is low. We look ahead to the weekend with some great weather on the way. Forecast straight ahead.
Well, welcome back. Happy Wednesday, 12:14 this afternoon. Have you had any issues with the weather this morning?
Actually, I got a phone call from someone who's traveling across West Texas through the Amarillo area, and he was complaining that the wind gusts there were like close to 70 miles an hour.
Whoa.
Like, you know, lifting the car up as you go.
It's not pretty out in West Texas. Not only, you know, you get the winds, obviously, but the dust gets kicked up, and then you got tumbleweeds going everywhere. That's Texas.
I told them to take a picture of a tumbleweed if they come across one.
Yeah. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. And this is the time of year where we start to see some of those gusty wind events because we get these fronts coming through here. You get the tight pressure gradient and you start to get these winds. We're going to feel some of that here. Before we got the wind, though, this morning, some good rain. We picked up about an inch of rain at the airport. Same story at Randolph, Seguin, New Braunfels, Gastroville, about 0.64, Sutherland Springs, about half an inch. So the numbers were pretty good here around San Antonio. And we did get an initial wind gust as the line of storms came through of 47 miles per hour here in San Antonio. Some gusts up to 52 in Austin. So these are the 24-hour peak wind gusts. We might see these numbers come up some because we're starting to see these winds get a little bit stronger yet again out of the north and northwest. And so we're going to see some gusts, I think, upwards of 40 miles per hour, especially west of San Antonio. Here's the setup. And you can see our line of storms, which stretches from Oklahoma down into parts of Louisiana and far southeast Texas. Out ahead of it, tornado watch boxes. This is a pretty dynamic system. And then behind it, you get the wind advisory. I mentioned that tight gradient. That's what we're seeing with this area of low pressure. You get that tight gradient. You get the strong northwesterly winds blowing across much of Texas today. Blue skies now. We've got 75 degrees at the airport, 77 Stinson, 76 Kelly, 75 at Randolph. And sustained winds are at 23 miles per hour, but we're getting gusts higher than that at the airport. Temperature-wise, 70 Bernie Stage, 71 Comfort, mid-70s here around Bexar County. I suspect that we'll see the temperatures plateau a little bit. We may get into the mid-70s, mid to upper 70s, but it won't be all that warm today. 74 Canyon Lake, and you look back to the north and west, we're still in the 60s around Rock Springs and Junction, and then it warms up as you go south. 85 right now in Cotulla, 82 in Carrizo Springs. These are current wind gusts, and we're at 45 in Del Rio for the latest gust there. Gusting to 40 in Hondo, gusting to 35 here in town, gusting to 36 in Kerrville, and this will be the case most of today, at least until we get into tonight. For that reason, we've got red flag warnings in effect just west of San Antonio, this area shaded in pink. So not only are you going to get the very gusty winds, but you also get very low humidity levels. This is a perfect combination for wildfires. So we got to be really careful here, just the way the conditions are. Dew points are low. I mentioned that dry air. Dew points are in the 30s now. 38, the dew point here in San Antonio. So that is very, very dry air. And it stays that way through probably Sunday. I know Sunday is Halloween. We'll see a little bit of a moisture increase Sunday, but I don't know that you'll notice it. It's probably not until Monday that we really start to feel things get sticky again. The satellite picture shows clouds have shifted out. A little bit of cloud cover left over in Lavaca County, but that'll be out of here soon, and everybody will see clear skies. Forecast for today. Again, we're in the mid-70s right now. I think we probably plateau somewhere in there this afternoon, and then you'll see those numbers fall off tonight. Now, what will keep us from really getting chilly tonight is the fact that winds will still be a little bit breezy, and we'll still get some gusty winds tomorrow, gusting to 35. But we're down to 51 tomorrow morning, and with that wind, it's going to feel pretty chilly tomorrow morning. Grab the coat as you're sending kids off to school. 77 Thursday, 76 Friday. Morning lows in the 40s, both Friday and Saturday morning. Halloween should be in the 80s and mostly sunny. It won't be cool, but it won't be hot either. Somewhere in between. Not a bad Halloween, I'd say, and then a chance of rain next week.
One of the best ones I've ever seen. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, Justin Horn, thank you so much. So we saw some rain this morning. You saw some last night because it was raining threes in the Lakers-Spurs game.
Oh.
Well, yes, it was raining. A little bit of threes. Too many threes that the Spurs were giving up. Rough night for them. And, of course, the Astros coming up next in sports. You know, it's never a good sign when the first pitch of a World Series is a home run, unless you're the Braves. Good stuff there. The Astros look to bounce back tonight. We'll see what happened in Game 1. And the Spurs have a bit of a losing streak on their hands. We'll tell you what's next for the Silver and Black as they hit the road this week. That's coming up right after the break. Our Spurs hitting the road today after a tough loss to the Lakers last night at home. No LeBron James, no problem for LA. He was out with an ankle injury. So Spurs off to a slow start against the Lakers. They found themselves down by as many as 8 early on, but they climb out of that hole with some big defense. And you saw earlier, big man Drew Eubanks poked away a loose ball, gathered it, swung it to Devin Vassell right there, hitting that shot for 3. DeJounte Murray attacking the rim, and the Spurs got on a nice 10-2 run. Vassell drained another 3, and the Spurs had a 2-point lead after the first quarter and actually led this one 62-61 at halftime. Second half now, Spurs take over in the third thanks to El Cuatro, Lonnie Walker. Not 1, 2, but 3 threes in a row, plus a couple of free throws sprinkled in there. Walker with a personal 11-0 run. Silver and Black take a 90-82 lead. And then check this out, Devin Vassell looking like a free safety there, takes it all the way for the other, takes it to a bucket right there. That caps an 18-3 run for the Spurs. Spurs up 12 going in the fourth, but the Lakers, they do not go away. AD leads LA on a nice run, 102-101. So this will come down to the wire, game tied at 114. Just saw right there, DeJounte Murray missed that final shot, rimmed out, and we are headed into overtime. In overtime, all Lakers early. Davis puts LA up by 5. Then Russell Westbrook, yes, he's with the Lakers, throwing down the dunk, and the Lakers are up by 6. Look at Russ right there. The Spurs go on a 6-0 run to tie the game at 121. Jakob Poeltl with a big game. But once again, the Spurs, this young team, couldn't close the deal. Lakers pull away late, 125-121. The final in overtime, and San Antonio falls to 1-3. And it doesn't get any easier. The Spurs are heading up I-35 to take on Dallas. That game is tomorrow at 7:30 at the American Airlines Center. And one more note, Josh Primo has been assigned to the G League, so no Primo for a little while. The Astros also looking to bounce back tonight after a disappointing Game 1 loss to the Atlanta Braves. The World Series, see right there, started in the worst way possible for Houston. Jorge Soler hit a first-pitch home run in the first inning for the Braves. He's the first player ever to begin a World Series with a home run. The Braves are up 5-0 before their bullpen took over, and Houston could never recover. Astros stars Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, and Alex Bregman combined to go 0 for 12. That's not a recipe for success. Here's what the managers had to say.
I'd rather get a 5-0 lead after the 7th inning than when we did, because they have so much time to come back. And it's such a dangerous team. And you don't, that 5-0 feels like 1-0, quite honestly, to me, just because of the club they are. And they've been through these wars, and they're so dangerous, and they're so relentless, which makes it even more special and to me and what our bullpen did.
Did I want to win? Probably more than anybody. But, not any more than anybody on our team. And so you just got to, blow this game off and then come back and realize that, tomorrow's that's the beauty of baseball. Tomorrow's another day, and who knows? That's the way I look at it. Ball's going to bounce our way tomorrow.
All right, tonight's Game 2 pitching matchup will be between Braves lefty Max Fried against Astros righty Jose Urquidy. All right, and it could only get better for the Astros, right? Game 2 tonight back at Minute Maid Park with first pitch set for 7:09 p.m., then games 3 and 4 in Atlanta. All right, this year's World Series is a family affair for Brian and Troy Snitker. Yeah, the Braves manager and the Astros hitting coach had a father-son hug yesterday during pregame press conferences in Houston. Check that out right there. Troy says this isn't something they've ever dreamed of, but the big question is this: who is the matriarch Ronnie Snitker cheering for? Brian says she doesn't have to root for anyone, just the game. But I'm just going to take a guess here.
Okay.
She's probably rooting for her husband a little bit here because she's got to live with him.
That's, yeah.
That would be a smart move.
Right, yes.
That's
you don't
fair.
want a grumpy manager husband there.
So Game 2 tonight, what's the prediction?
Uh-oh. It was
Astros
not.
got to win.
Well,
Right?
Yes.
Well, yesterday, what was it? 8-6?
8-6 was his prediction yesterday.
A little off, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Just a little
what
off.
about you?
We're fine-tuning it.
Yeah. What do you got? Who do you got tonight?
Oh, Astros for sure.
Oh, very confident. Yes.
RJ Marquez?
Go Stros, go.
We're not going to let this go.
There we go.
Thank you.
All right, a poet and a cartoon character might have a name in common, but not a whole lot else. How a game show contest got them mixed up. We have the viral moment.
Plus, the first pill that has been shown to be effective against COVID could soon be readily available in numerous countries. We're going to explain next.
Pharmaceutical company Merck now agreeing to allow other drug makers worldwide to make its COVID-19 treatment. It's the first pill that's been shown effective against the disease. This move aims to help millions of people in poorer countries who need to get access to the drug. As a result, qualified companies that want to make the drug can get a license to do so. Merck will receive royalties under the agreement for as long as the World Health Organization deems COVID-19 to be a global emergency.
The United States issuing its first passport with an X-gender designation. It is a milestone for people who do not identify as male or female. The State Department says it expects to be able to offer the option to all non-binary, intersex, and gender non-conforming people soon. The State Department announced in June it was implementing gender-inclusive policies. The United States Special Diplomatic Envoy for LGBTQ rights, Jessica Stern, calls the moves historic and celebratory. The State Department is still updating the system and their forms for this new policy. They say it should be complete in early 2022.
A nor'easter that battered the U.S. East Coast with hurricane-force wind gusts has left more than 400,000 people without power in Massachusetts. It also forced the closure of bridges, ferries, and schools. Other areas along the East Coast experienced wind gusts of 80 to 90 miles an hour. About 90,000 people lost power just in Rhode Island. As well, dozens of school classes were canceled.
Well, nothing like that, knock on wood here, but we did have some wind throughout the day. Blue sky, no clouds, some lightning, thunder, and a lot of rain, Justin Horn.
It was a loud morning, and a lot of people, or at least some people, lost power this morning because of how electrical those storms were. It looks like everything is getting back to normal here, other than we have those gusty winds. And we're going to be dealing with that not only today, but again tomorrow too. Let's take a look at the radar. We've got these storms moving now into far east Texas and Louisiana, and that's still where there are some issues. Some severe thunderstorm warnings, and there have been some tornado warnings. Here's a little closer look at some of the reports. Now, leading edge is starting to move into Lake Charles with some wind reports there, but notice these little red circles here. Those represent where there have been reports of a tornado, and it looks like there was some damage here just to the east and northeast of Beaumont, near the orange area. So they'll see if there's a damage, still some rain coming down. And then there was a report of a weak tornado perhaps around the Woodlands a little bit earlier this morning. So it was busy. Thankfully, we did not see that kind of severe weather here, just some gusty winds and some good heavy rain. Wind gusts right now up around 45 miles per hour in Del Rio, 46 in Cotulla, gusting to 34 here in San Antonio. So some very gusty winds, especially out west. And as I mentioned, this is going to be an issue really through tomorrow afternoon. Red flag warnings are in place. That means we've got gusty winds and low humidity, which combine to make for a high grass fire threat. So be aware of that. Forecast today will plateau right around 75, maybe jump into the upper 70s in a few spots, and then it cools off pretty quickly tonight. We think we'll be in the low 50s by tomorrow morning, guys.
Thank you, Justin.
All right, now to the latest on that deadly shooting on the set of Alec Baldwin's Western movie, Rust.
Authorities they held a press conference today after a New Mexico district attorney announced that criminal charges are now a possibility in the case. ABC's Rena Roy has more.
Everything is on the table, including criminal charges, according to the Santa Fe, New Mexico district attorney, after the shooting death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins.
It's too early right now in the investigation to comment on charges at this point. The investigation will continue, and if the sheriff's office determines during our investigation a crime has occurred and probable cause exists, an arrest or arrests will be made and charges will be filed.
The DA and sheriff's office trying to figure out how the prop gun on the set of Rust turned deadly last week. Hutchins and director Joel Souza both shot when Baldwin was reportedly practicing drawing his gun for a scene.
So was it loaded with a real bullet or one? I cannot tell you that.
A cast member telling TMZ he feared for his safety when filming gun battle scenes.
When the rounds were released, when they shot at me, I actually did feel the blanks hitting my face and my body, and I could feel the wind from the shotgun, being discharged.
Authorities say the film's armorer prepared the gun before the assistant director took it off a cart and handed it to Baldwin, yelling "cold gun," meaning it should have been empty, but it did in fact contain live ammunition. The AD telling authorities he wasn't aware it was loaded.
Producers of the movie have hired their own lawyers to conduct a separate investigation, according to an internal letter obtained by ABC News. Those lawyers are expected to interview witnesses and go through any information like emails and texts to try and get to the bottom of what happened. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
We have some late-breaking news this noon. The jury now deliberating in the case of a man accused of shooting and killing his wife. Luis Benevento is accused of shooting and killing Alicia Wills back in May of 2019.
Benevento actually testifying this morning. After that, the defense rested, then closing arguments followed. Benevento facing 5 to 99 years or life in prison. Still ahead on the news at noon, a candy seller revealing what sweet treats people are shopping for in each respective state. The top 3 here in Texas, plus the only state to actually choose bubble gum as one of their top 3. Still ahead.
Deep holiday discounts may be hard to come by this season, so which deals should you jump on? If you see the price drop, the details after the break.
This is your daily tech and business briefing from Cheddar News. Google's parent company Alphabet reported better than anticipated earnings numbers all around as the tech giant showed out with an EPS of $27.99, revenue coming in at $65.1 billion for the quarter. Alphabet seemed to avoid the Apple iOS privacy changes that other tech companies said they were affected by in their recent earning reports. Meanwhile, Twitter reported strong ad revenue numbers this quarter, seeing their ad sales jump 41% year over year. This comes despite the change in Apple's privacy policy and the global supply chain disruptions, issues that have affected sales growth for all social media companies like Facebook and Snap. And Facebook's competition doing everything they can to convince lawmakers that they're not Facebook. TikTok, Snap, and YouTube all testified in front of Congress Tuesday for the very first time, all to prove that their platforms do not have the same effects as Facebook when it comes to younger users. While the companies said that they've been very transparent, lawmakers still believe their platforms could be used in the same harmful ways as Facebook. And that's Cheddar News, business and tech update. I'm Baker Machado, coming to you from Cheddar Studios in Lower Manhattan.
In other consumer news, shoppers may not find as many deals this year when they're looking for gifts.
That's right. Some of those discounts may not be as steep as they've been in previous years. So here's why. Stores usually cut prices for one of 2 reasons. They usually want to move excess inventory and they want to keep us, the consumers, from buying things from their competitors. But this year, with shortages and very little excess inventory across the board, across the country, it's really not an issue. So what should you buy now?
The top 3 items that you should purchase now are new and popular electronics, toys and video games and board games, stand mixers, and I'm going to throw in a 4th, and I'm going to say stick vacuums.
I'm curious about the stand mixers. Meanwhile, American consumers are feeling good about spending their money. According to the Conference Board, the Consumer Confidence Index rose 113.8 points in October, reversing a 3-month downward trend.
All right, so it's something we do in the newsroom, debate about Halloween candy. Which one is the best? So we actually have an interactive map that helps break it all down.
For the record, we debate about everything.
It's true.
Okay, it shows the most popular holiday treat in every single state. Check it out. CandyStore.com says it used 14 years worth of data to put together this map. For many states, some kind of chocolate Halloween candy is the top pick. Chocolate melts in Texas, so I'm thinking that's not the one that won. In fact, Reese's Cups topped the overall list nationwide.
That's actually my favorite candy. But here in Texas, the top 3, Starburst, which you just saw on the interactive map, Reese's Cups, my personal favorite, and Sour Patch Kids. Montana, the only state where bubblegum was the top choice. So Justin Horn, what is your favorite candy?
here's the thing.
Look, they have hot tamales. Those are good for New Mexico.
I don't like peanut butter, so that takes away a lot of the choices. But was it Starburst?
Starburst was Texas #1.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'm a Kit Kat guy, really, through and through.
You don't like Milk Duds, where they pull your cavities, your fillings out?
Not a big fan of that. Now that you put it that way, no. 75 degrees so far, the high today. 60 was the low this morning. But I think we'll go below that by probably midnight tonight, so we'll probably set a new low today. Averages are 79 and 57. Records are 91 and 34, set back in 1980, 1957. We did get some rain overnight, about an inch here in San Antonio. Gusty winds will be the big story today and tomorrow. We'll take another look at that forecast coming up.
KSAT 12 presents another Day of the Dead story, brought to you by Toyota.
The German influence in Central and South Texas is undeniable. It's in our food, it's in our music, and during Oktoberfest, it's a heritage that's celebrated. But there was a time when being German American was a bit more complicated.
You wouldn't really hear about this.
Before coming into this class, I had no idea about this issue whatsoever.
Now, some history students from St. Mary's are using a Day of the Dead tradition to confront a topic that's in danger of being forgotten.
We're working on a friend us, commemorating all those people that had to go through the internment camps.
During World War II, thousands of Americans and Latin Americans of German descent were interned by the U.S. government. It's an injustice that's never been fully recognized, and one of those camps was right here in Texas. Eric Gehrman's family experienced it firsthand. He was only 5 years old.
The United States, they took us. They picked up more Costa Ricans than any other country.
Built at the Beethoven Manor in time for Oktoberfest, this ofrenda not only keeps the story of America's German internment alive, it raises questions about how we treat people as a country, both then and now.
Story reminded me a lot of how the current border crisis is going, in which there's children behind barbed wires being away from their parents.
We need to tell these stories in order to acknowledge that that is who we are, and because we need to acknowledge who we are before we can change who we are.
Wow, that was a really powerful piece.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
No, we have a lot of pieces like that. KSAT.com.
Yeah.
All right.
Check it out.
Also on KSAT.com, our great weather team keeping us informed throughout the morning. You guys were hard at work today.
Yeah, it was a busy morning, although the window for this sort of severe weather was small, right? I mean,
yeah, but I think we got like an inch of rain at my house. I mean, it was short, but very effective.
Quick. It was right around 5 a.m. if you were, maybe you slept through it. But most of the morning commute, we were able to get in after these storms passed by. And now these storms are marching into parts of East Texas and Louisiana. Just saw some stuff on Twitter showing a tornado there around Beaumont and Orange. Legitimate stuff. They've got some tornado warnings, or at least some severe thunderstorm warnings still. Let's take a look at the line, and you can see where that line is moving now into parts of Louisiana and Arkansas and Oklahoma. And it's in this area here where there's still some severe weather underway. We're in the clear. These storms have passed us by. We've got clear skies. And what we're going to deal with is the wind advisories in the wake of this system. A good tight pressure gradient that kicks up the winds. Outside, we've got blue skies and 75 degrees. West-northwesterly winds at 23 miles per hour, and the dew point has fallen off to 38. What a change from yesterday. 72 Comfort, 72 Bernie Stage, 73 in Bulverde, 71 in Bandera. Those northwesterly winds should continue to funnel in some of that cooler air. Of course, we've got clear skies, so the sun is out, so it's kind of a battle, but I think temperatures will hold pretty steady throughout the rest of the afternoon. We may warm a couple of more degrees, but it will stay fairly nice. Temperatures will be in the 80s down to the south, 83 Pleasanton, 85 Cotulla. And some places in the hill country still holding on to some 60s, 68 right now in Junction. The winds, as I mentioned, the big story. We've got gusts now to 40 in Hondo, gusting to 45 in Del Rio, and gusting to 46 in Cotulla. Those are the highest gusts I've seen as of late. But even here in San Antonio, some gusts up to 35 miles per hour, and expect this to continue throughout the afternoon. I think what will happen here is we'll get some pretty gusty winds through about sunset, and the winds will try to calm a little bit overnight, allowing temperatures to drop. But as we get into tomorrow, that pressure gradient tightens again, And we get gusty winds again on your Thursday, some gusts up to 35, maybe even 40 miles per hour. Although I think it'll shift a little bit. The strongest winds will be east and northeast of San Antonio versus west, like we're seeing today. So with that in mind, throughout the rest of the afternoon and this evening, we do have red flag warnings in effect for our western counties where those winds are strong, and we have very low humidity levels at about 15% in some cases. That's a good recipe for grass fires, so we got to be really careful there, especially west of I-35. The dew points are definitely low out there. You're seeing dew points in the 20s now across parts of Uvalde, Carrizo Springs down to Cotulla, and that puts you in desert air. We're close to that here in San Antonio with dew points in the 30s. I mentioned the cloud cover. It's getting out of here pretty quickly. In fact, most of us have cleared out now with sunny skies. Forecast, we may drift into the upper 70s by 4 o'clock, sunny skies, and then 72 by 6 o'clock. Winds will be 20 to 25 and then dropping off this evening. 69 at 8 o'clock with clear skies there. Extended forecast. And I'll point out that it, again, stays windy tomorrow. We'll still see gusts 35 miles per hour on your Thursday, but we're down to 51 tomorrow morning. If we do get below that 50 mark, and I think the winds will still be a little bit breezy, we could be talking wind chill tomorrow morning. So I don't want to say bundle up, but have a coat with you tomorrow morning. And then 76 Friday, 80 on Saturday. The winds relax over the weekend. A lot of questions about Halloween. Mostly sunny, 83. It'll be a little warm, but not overly hot. I think by the time the kids are trick-or-treating, temperatures should slip down into the 70s, which is
comfy.
Honestly pretty ideal. And then we've got some rain chances that'll kick back in next week.
Thank you, Justin.
Yep.
All right, still ahead on the news at noon, a game show contestant's Homer Simpson fail going viral. After the break, the tale of two Homers.
It was a swing and a miss. A game show contestant striking out when it comes to Homer.
That's right. CNN's Jeannie Most shows us how he confused the poet with the cartoon character.
They're two guys who share a name, but not much else. This is the odyssey of a game show blooper.
In his epic poems, Homer often refers to nectar as the drink of the gods and which other substance as their food.
I know he likes donuts.
The host of the British game show, Tipping Point, barely managed to keep a straight face. True, Homer Simpson is a glutton for donuts. But Homer the poet, not so much. Only when the host reread the question did this school teacher realize he blew it.
In his epic poems, Homer often refers to nectar as the drink of the gods and which other substance is their food.
We've got the wrong Homer.
The nectar Homer Simpson loves is beer. Someone wondered, why did he not say dough when he realized? Dough. The Homer mix-up now joins the ranks of other classics, such as the one on the British show Pointless, when a contestant answered, who was assassinated by Lee Harvey Oswald in Dallas?
JR.
J.R. Ewing.
She just get dumber and dumber every day.
Is not to be confused with JFK. And then there was the time Popeye had eyes poppin'.
Name Popeye's favorite food.
She confidently, perhaps hungrily, opted for Popeye's chicken rather than spinach. By the way, the answer to what the poet Homer calls the food of the gods is not donuts, but ambrosia. The Simpsons themselves once appeared on a Japanese game show.
We punish ignorance.
What?
That's what happens when you strike out rather than hit a homer. Jeannie Most, CNN.
I know he likes donuts.
New York.
Well done.
Oh my gosh, that was good.
All around, just well done. You know, he liked donuts.
You know, you never go wrong though when you say Popeye's chicken.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
I mean, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah. All right. We're talking about food. We're talking about donuts. We're talking about SA Live. Mike, Fiona.
What are they serving today?
Oh, that's great. I'm afraid to say anything now that I'm saying the wrong thing. So, hey, Halloween is right around the corner, of course, and you have a costume.
Well, your procrastinating could win you some money, and Penny Benavides from Goodwill San Antonio, or should I say Cleopatra, Your Highness.
Your Highness.
Yes, thank you. You have some great DIY costume ideas.
That's right. We have some jewels with us today. This is a really simple one. Under $10, a t-shirt, a little weather cutout for you, Mike.
Thank you.
And yes, it could win you some bucks. That won't hurt your mummy's wallet. So we'll talk about more of that in just a little bit, right?
Yeah. And your best homemade costume, what was it? Yeah, let us know.
Let us know your best DIY Halloween costume at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter. And we continue to celebrate Filipino-American History Month. And Angelica Guzman from Kaina is here. And you brought some lumpia because you've got a lumpia eating contest to tell folks about, but there are different kinds, right?
Yes, that's right. We have different kinds of lumpia for everybody. We have something spicy, we have something regular, and something sweet. So it's a little something for everybody.
The spicy is a bit of a twist. I've never had that before.
And 3 minutes, how many lumpia you can eat? How many think you could eat in 3 minutes?
I've been practicing since I was born.
Also, La Familia Cortez has some great treats and wonderful drinks just in time for the Day of the Dead weekend. Also, a lot going on here at Market Square. You're going to hear all about that.
And our fabulous Halloween show is, of course, coming up this Friday at 1 p.m.
It's spooky.
You're going to check out the SA Live Retro Halloween Monster Mash Bash. All that and more when SA Live continues in just a few minutes.